So let's call this meeting of the State of New York Mortgage Agency Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting to order.
I'd like to request a motion and a second to call to order the March 10, 2016 meeting of the SONYMAY Mortgage Insurance Committee. The motion and second recorded will be used for all action items before the committee unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any committee member wishes to record his or her vote differently. A motion and a second.
I will move. So move.
Second.
The minutes of the meeting of the Mortgage Insurance Committee held on January 28, 2016 shall be deemed approved, absent corrections from the directors.
Okay, the meeting will move to the mortgage.
Public meeting.
Say that again? The meeting will move to the Mortgage Insurance Committee Program Action Items. Item 2. Resolution recommending the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $24,250,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Tres Puentes Senior Apartments, 285 East 138th Street, Bronx, Bronx County.
Good morning. This project comprises the construction of 175 low-income units, of which 53 will be reserved for clients of the New York State Office of Mental Health, and the remaining units will be reserved for seniors 55 years and older. There is a project-based Section 8 HAP contract covering all 175 units, and the development entity is controlled by West Side Federation for Senior and Supportive Housing, which is an experienced developer of supportive housing. West Side was founded in 1976 and has developed 1,800 units of supportive or senior housing. This will be the second loan that we have insured for entities controlled by West Side. The insured loan amount is only $138,500 per unit, which equals 21% of the project's total development cost of $649,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a pro forma 22% increase in operating expenses or a 13% residential vacancy rate.
Any questions?
No, I have none.
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Tres Puentes Senior Apartments, 285 East 138th Street, Bronx, Bronx County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The
Aye.
motion is carried.
Uh-oh. We think your video just popped on.
I think that was from Syracuse.
I can't
think
see
that was from
Never mind. Never
No.
mind.
Syracuse is in the dark.
All right.
Oh, but there's something down there, look.
I think that's, but she's not connected.
Oh, down on the left, in the dark. Okay. All right, let's just, item 3, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $5,270,000 Citibank permanent first mortgage loan for Heritage Homes 3, Horton and Winthrop Avenues, New Rochelle, Westchester County.
This project comprises the construction of 41 low-income units. The project has 9% low-income housing tax credits from DHCR. It also has a Citibank subordinate loan, a New Rochelle affordable housing loan, and a pilot agreement with the city of New Rochelle. The development entity, McQuestion Development, is an experienced developer of affordable housing, and this will be the 4th loan that we have insured for entities controlled by McQuestion. Our total exposure is $35 million. And this project, with a previously developed project financed by HFA, is intended to replace low-income housing units controlled by the New Rochelle Municipal Housing Authority. The insured loan amount is only $128,500 per unit, which equals 29% of the project's total development cost of $433,000 a unit. And the project would break even with an 11% pro forma vacancy and collection loss, or a 14% increase in operating expenses.
Any questions?
No.
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Heritage Homes 3, Horton and Winthrop Avenues, New Rochelle, Westchester County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is
Aye.
carried.
Aye.
Item 4, resolution recommending the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $10,200,000 CPC permanent first mortgage loan for 164 and 172 Union Avenue and 176 Webster Avenue, New Rochelle, Westchester County.
This project comprises the development of 75 units, of which 20% will be reserved for households with incomes up to 80% of the Westchester AMI. And there will be a regulatory agreement between the borrowing entity and the City of New Rochelle IDA. The project does not have a pilot, although it does have a sale and leaseback with the IDA, which provides for a sales tax and mortgage recording tax exemption. And there's a 581A partial real estate property tax abatement. The development entity is controlled by a Westchester-based developer, Louis Iacoba. This is the second loan that we will insure for entities controlled by him. The insured loan amount is $136,000 per unit, which equals 77% of the project's total development cost of $177,000 per unit. The project would break even with a pro forma 11% vacancy and collection loss, or a 31% increase in operating expenses. And the project would have positive cash flow with the ground floor commercial space vacant.
Are there any questions?
No questions. In fairness, I always ask all my questions before the meeting.
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 164 to 172 Union Avenue and 176 Webster Avenue, New Rochelle, Westchester County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Aye.
Item 5, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $2,452,737 CPC permanent first mortgage loan for 210 Hancock Street, Ithaca, Tompkins County.
This project comprises the development of 47 low-income units and 12 moderate-income units. There are DHCR 9% low-income housing tax credits, as well as state low-income housing tax credits. 14 of the 47 low-income units will be reserved as supportive housing units for clients of the New York State Office of Mental Health. The development entity, Ithaca Neighborhood Housing Services, was established in 1976 and has developed 276 units of affordable housing. The insured loan amount is only $41,500 per unit, which equals 12% of the project's total development cost of $339,000 per unit. The project would break even with a 14% pro forma increase in operating expenses or a 14% vacancy rate.
Any questions?
No.
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 210 Hancock Street, Ithaca, Tompkins County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is carried.
Aye.
Aye.
Item 6, a resolution recommending the approval of $4,200,000 increase from an $18,680,000 to $22,880,000 in 100% mortgage insurance on the CPC permanent first mortgage loan for 500 Seneca Street, Buffalo, Erie County.
This comprises an increase in a loan that was approved a year ago. There were substantial cost overruns in the project. The cost overruns equaled approximately $7 million, of which $4 million will be financed with the increase in the loan, and $3 million will comprise additional equity investment by the developer. The project now comprises 98 units of workforce housing, there is not a regulatory agreement, and 139,000 square feet of commercial space. The project has state and federal historic tax credits, as well as brownfield tax credits. And there is a 10-year pilot with Erie County. The project, because of the large amount of commercial income, the project is being underwritten at a 1.25 to 1 income to expense ratio, rather than the standard 105 to 1 income to expense ratio. And the project will break even with a pro forma 49% vacancy and collection loss for the residential units, a 50% increase in operating expenses, or a 35% vacancy and collection loss for the commercial space.
Wow, the commercial space was really deep. Talking about carrying project.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I had questions about this, but I've already expressed them to Mike.
And you're satisfied?
I'm satisfied. I would like it if CPC did not come to us again for another increase. I think that this one is really a little over the top.
No, I hear you. Okay. Any questions or other concerns? That was a heck of an overrun. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a big overrun, and that's after they've reduced both the units and the commercial.
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of modifications to mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 500 Seneca Street, Buffalo, Erie County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Information items?
The mortgage recording surtax for February was $14 million. It was $16.8 million in January, but only $12.8 million in December. And year to date, it's $171 million. Last year, through this month, it was $139 million.
Month to month, what was year to year? You know.
So this February it was $14.2 million. Last year it was $13.9 million. The prior year it was 15, which was anomalous for 2 years ago. But year to date we're at 171, where compared with 139 last year. So we're doing fine.
Well done.
Any other?
Like everybody needs a pat on the back.
Right. Right.
All right.
Did it not sound
Anything
sincere?
else? Any other information?
Right.
Anything else?
No.
All right. There's no further business. Call for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is
Aye.
carried and the meeting is adjourned.